Hello and welcome to my channel. As I always say, if you do hear the children in the background, I am very sorry. There is nothing I can do with them and I can't put them anywhere to keep them quiet. So they are downstairs at the moment, they may come up and whatever else. But this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while because I knew this occasion was coming up. So here goes. On the 16th of May, it was mine and Sam's anniversary, Sam and I's anniversary. I don't know how to say that right. Okay. It was mine and Sam's 7-year anniversary. And it got me thinking about the 7-year itch. Now, I've heard this quite frequently, but I never really knew what it was. And I ended up looking it up. So I'm going to put, what is a 7-year itch? And let's find out. The 7-year itch. Okay, this is on Wikipedia. And it says, the 7-year itch is a psychological term that suggests that happiness in a relationship declines after around the 7th year of marriage or being with someone. The phrase originated as a name for irritating and contagious skin complaints of a long duration. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, it's an itch that you can't get rid of. You can't find happiness in your relationship anymore. You feel like this is all it's come to, you're not happy, etc. I kind of knew what it was. And I never really understood it, and now I've been with Sam for 7 years, I still don't understand it. But what I have learnt in 7 years of being with someone are these. Number one, people are ever changing. People change consistently, every single day, every year, every month. Every time something happens, people change. There could be an occasion, there could be a big thing that's happened within your family or friendship, so someone could have passed away, there could have been a new birth, there could have been anything in someone's life that significantly changes them, makes you change as a person. You grow as a person, you change. Things that you used to love, you won't always love. Things that you used to do, you won't always do. Things that you used to find enjoying, you won't always find enjoying anymore. And it kind of, even down to being an 18-year-old that went clubbing, as a 26-year-old now, I couldn't think of anything worse. And I don't think I ever enjoyed clubbing. I think pre-18 it was fun to be able to get into clubs, but other than that I never really enjoyed it. It's not something that I love doing. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything of the sorts, and I've never smoked, I've never done drugs. I stopped drinking when I was 19. Not that I done it very often, but it doesn't interest me, and that for me as a 19-year-old was a huge change that not every one of my friends understood. They didn't like that I didn't drink, they didn't like that I didn't like going out, and they never really understood it, and I lost a lot of friends because of that. So people are ever changing, but lucky for me I met Sam when I was 19. Number two, 2 years of being with someone is not a long time. And I remember mine and Sam's 2nd year anniversary and I was like, oh my god, we've been together so long. We had just got engaged and everything was sort of moving really fast, and I thought I was in such a grown-up relationship. And 7 years down the line, I realised that we wasn't. 2 years is not a long time to be with someone, and I think if you've been with someone for 20 years, you look back at a 7-year relationship and think, oh goodness, that's not long at all. So I can imagine that people look at me thinking that, like, oh lord, they have only been together 7 years. But then there's people that have been together 2 years that think, oh, 7 years is a long time. And do you know what? 7 years really isn't that long. Not in your lifespan, and if you choose to be with someone for that amount of time, 7 years isn't a long time. Number three, you never truly know someone. And I know it's very, very easy for me to say this, but you don't. And you may think you know everything about someone, you may think that you know them inside out, you know exactly what they like, what they don't like, etc. And you do at maybe that present time, but as I said, people are ever changing, so you're not always going to know what someone's like. You could turn around and say, oh, my partner would never ever do this, and then they'd do it a couple of years down the line and you'd be like, I don't know that person. So you never ever truly know someone because of how much people change, and whether you've lived with someone for a year, 2 years, 7 years or 40 years, because people are ever changing, you will never truly know that person. They probably don't even know themselves, if I'm entirely honest with you. I don't think anyone can truly say, I will never ever do that, unless they're put in a situation where they have to. Number 4, everybody argues. And I know it's very obvious to say, but everyone does argue. You can argue for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and feel like your relationship is falling apart. You can feel like you are angry at that person constantly. You can feel upset and question whether you want to be with that person. But it is normal. If you don't have a relationship that argues, that isn't a normal relationship. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful relationship, and if it works for you, that's fantastic. But I don't think it's a healthy relationship if you don't argue. Everyone has things that they get upset about. Everyone has things that they get stressed about. Everyone has things that someone does that winds them up, whether it's not putting the washing away, putting a towel on the floor, or leaving a dirty plate on the floor because they've just finished dinner and they couldn't bother to take it into the kitchen. Even the smallest of things, like if someone got you a drink from the shop but it wasn't the right drink, or they don't know you as well as you thought they did, and there's so many things that people argue about on a daily basis, and it is completely normal. So if you do find yourself arguing more than you used to, don't panic. Just try not to argue. Sit there and question if the argument is worth it. If you feel like it is because you need to say something, then do it. Otherwise, sit and talk about it. If you're really stressed out and something's winding you up and you don't know how to express yourself, sit down, write how you feel, and then talk to your other half or whoever you need to talk to about it. Do it, because it will help, I promise. Number 5, everyone in this entire world at one point will question if the relationship is what they want. And I don't care who you are and whether you honestly believe that you've never said that or thought it. Everyone in this world will at one point go, is this really what I want for the rest of my life? Whether it's after an argument, or if someone said something quite nasty to you, or at some point in your life you will question if a relationship is what you want. Even if you've been with that person for however many years, at some point you will question it, because that's what everyone does. Number 6, some relationships are a habit. And I know that sounds horrible and it's not what you want, but some relationships are a habit. If you're just used to someone being there and you don't really feel anything for them and they don't really bother you, the fact that they're there, it is a habit. And yes, when they have gone, you will miss them for a small period of time because you're so used to having them there. But after a week or two, you'll get used to it and you'll start enjoying your life. If you're truly in love with someone and you split up, you will miss that person like crazy. Whether it's 2 weeks down the line, a month down the line, 4 months down the line, you will miss that person and it will hurt. So some relationships are just a habit. It's just the thought of having someone there. So why waste your time and why waste your energy? If you are truly unhappy, you are best just ending the relationship, moving on and finding someone that you actually want to be with, or just enjoying your single life as yourself. Don't waste more time. Time is so precious and you will never ever get a moment back. So be sure to use your time very wisely with the people you want to use it with. Number 7, fight for the person that you do love. As I have said, if you have argued and you've split up, or you've said some nasty things and you don't really know how to get over it, don't just sit there and say it will blow over, or don't sit there and say I don't care, they'll come to me anyway. The 9 times out of 10, people are so stubborn that they will think the other person will make the first move to correct a mistake that either you have made or they have made. And most people don't. And this is so sad for so many relationships. If you truly love someone and you want to be with them, fight for them. Don't let them walk away. Don't let them walk away. Don't be stubborn, and don't lose someone you love because you have too much pride. Pride goes out of the window when you love someone. It shouldn't matter. You should want that person no matter what. And if you actually don't want that person, but they are fighting for you, you just need to be honest. Don't be with someone because they want you to be with them, or you feel guilty for being with them. You have to do what's right for you, and sometimes you will be heartbroken because someone doesn't want what you want, and that's okay, because everything happens for a reason. So don't get too disheartened or downtrodden, because something better is coming for you. You just have to be patient. Number 8, everyone in this world will try and get involved in your relationship. Whether you think they will or not, they will. Everyone will always have an opinion. There will always be someone to tell you that that person isn't right for you. There will always be someone to tell you that they're perfect for you. What you have to do is ignore everyone. You have to ignore every single person in this world. The only two people that matter are the two people that are in your relationship. Everyone else are irrelevant. I know it's so easy to get caught up in a world where if someone thinks you've got it perfect, you sort of stick with that person because you think, oh, everyone thinks I've got it perfect, so I must do. No, if you don't feel like it's perfect, then it isn't. And also, if you have children, it's very easy to stick with that person because you want them to have a secure family life. I promise you, if you're not happy and their mum or dad isn't happy, or whoever isn't happy in this relationship, it will make the kids grow up knowing there is an atmosphere there, and they won't be happy. You have to do what's right for you, and children will adjust, and you will adjust, and everything else will fall into place. Don't listen to anyone else. It's so, so important. Nothing worth having is ever easy. It really isn't. It really isn't. If you want a job that you're so desperate to have, you have to work for that job. If you want to get a new car, you have to work to get that new car. If you want a relationship to work, you have to work to get that relationship to work. If you want anything in this world, you have to work to get it. Nothing is easy. It shouldn't be easy, because if it was, everyone would have that. And although it's so easy to look at so many people when you haven't got this thing that you want, and it seems like everyone else has got it, I promise you they haven't. There are so many people in this world that want what others have got because they haven't got it, and other people look at them because they've got something that they haven't got, and it's just an ongoing cycle of people looking at others and saying, I really want that and I'm never going to have it. Well, I promise you, you will. Work for it. Know what you want. Nothing worth having is ever easy, and I promise you that's so true. It is very, very possible to love someone and hate someone at the same time. People say there's a very fine line between love and hate. Maybe not hate, I think that's quite a strong word, but it's very, very easy to dislike someone and love them at the same time. You don't always have to like someone, but you always love them, and I think that's very, very relevant in this situation. If someone that you love has hurt you or broke your heart or done something that's really not nice, then you are going to dislike them. You are going to feel let down. You are going to feel like you're going to feel angry, and that's okay. But you can feel that way and still love them and still want to be with them. That's fine. Don't ever feel like you're a nasty person or anything else if you don't like someone but you do love them. That's okay. That's fine. Life is too short. Do what you want to do. Be happy. And everything happens for a reason. I can't stress this enough. Don't waste time. Enjoy your life. Do what you want and never give up. And that is pretty much it. I have been with Sam for 7 years. I love him probably more than I ever did when I first met him. And I know it's very weird to believe in love at first sight, but it was love at first sight for me and Sam. As soon as I saw him, I know I loved him, and it hasn't really changed since. Yes, we have arguments. Yes, we've had ups and downs. Yes, we have split up and got back together. But it's never changed the way I feel about him. I've always loved him. I've always wanted to be with him. We've literally been through the worst time in our relationship. We've come out the other side of it, and even after an argument or after something bad happens, I still look at him and think, I am so in love with this man. He gives me butterflies. He makes me smile. His laugh makes me laugh. Yes, he's childish and stupid, and he annoys me to the ends of the earth, but he's my best friend, and I don't actually know what I'd do without him, and I don't want to imagine life without him. I'm already planning our future together for more children and hopefully marriage and everything else in between that. And I can't wait. If you imagine your future with someone, don't let them walk away from you. If you really want to be with that person, you will fight. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And please click subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I put out new videos every Wednesday. Ooh, I think that's it. The 7-year itch is not happening with me, which is really strange, but it's not. I remember being a child and wishing that I would meet someone to fall in love and have children with them. And although it's so easy to get caught up in other people's relationships about what they've got and what you haven't got, sit back and realise what you wanted as a child. Look at what you've got now, and I can guarantee you've got exactly what you wanted. Because I know I have. Even though I get upset sometimes that I haven't got certain things, I got what I've always dreamt of. Yeah. I will see you next week. And that's it. Goodbye.